we are ready to get going, right? So, good morning, everyone. I'm Jamie Hazlett, and I'm the Associate Dean of the William H. Hannon Library at Loyola Marymount University. I am joining you this morning from my home office, which is not far from LMU and the William H. Hannon Library, and we are on land that is the seized territory of the Tongva peoples, the traditional land caretakers of the Tovangar, the Los Angeles Basin, and Southern Channel Islands. We want to start by recognizing their history and calling attention to their presence. We encourage you to learn more about the history of the land where you sit by going to native-land.ca. So I want to wish everyone a warm good morning, afternoon, or evening from wherever you might be joining us. On behalf of all of my colleagues, past and present, I'm noticing a lot of names who are a part of this award in the chat, which is really exciting. We really wish we could be with you and with each other in person. But 12 months later, we're getting pretty good at this Zoom thing, for better or for worse. And I sincerely thank you for taking the time out of your days to celebrate this accomplishment with us. We can't all see each other, but in the interest of connecting with our community best we can, I'd like to encourage you to keep using the chat to introduce yourself and tell us where you're coming from today in the chat. I have one final piece of housekeeping, which is that we have a small, lovely gift for everyone in attendance today. So I hope that you'll stick around to complete a really short survey at the end of the ceremony so that we can collect your address and send it to you. The 2021 ACRL Excellence in Academic Libraries Award recognizes the incredible impact that the library workers at the William H. Hannon Library have on the learning outcomes of LMU students, the support that we provide to anticipate and meet the research and teaching needs of our faculty, and the commitment to creating a space that is truly the cultural and academic heart of our university campus. Moreover, it shows how we have gone above and beyond to promote innovation and social justice in our field. This award is a validation of the work that we have done, but perhaps more importantly, it's an inspiration for us to strive to do better and to live our values, particularly when it comes to integrating practices of diversity, equity, inclusivity, and anti-racism in all that we do. So it's time to get the program officially started. We have a message first up from Loyola Marymount University President Timothy Law Snyder, the 16th president of LMU.
Provost Poon, Dean Brancolini, friends, colleagues, recipients of the 2021 ACRL Excellence in Academic Libraries Award, including our librarians and staff of the William H. Hannon Library, congratulations. A special welcome to the distinguished librarian leaders joining us from the ALA's Association of College and Research Libraries, President of ACRL, John Cawthorn, as well as our library friends and benefactors. Please accept my warmest gratitude and welcome. Today, I will speak about the honor this award brings to LMU. I'll speak to the people who made it possible, the innovations and outcomes of the library, and how this team, our Hannon team, is helping us create the world we want to live in. Let's begin with recognition. We are honored to receive this extraordinary national recognition from the ACRL for the William H. Hannon Library's contributions to student academic success and its support of our LMU mission, which is the encouragement of learning, the education of the whole person, and the third piece, the service of faith and promotion of justice, which are done through impactful initiatives that uplift our LMU community and other communities. This illustrious award is a tribute to our academic librarians and our staff, our guardians of the truth, as I like to call them, who work together to assure that the heart and soul of our campus functions at its best, enabling our community to thrive with impact. All here know that last year was, pick your adjective and don't hold back. Suffice it to say, I am proud of the way our university community pivoted to meet the moment. Our faculty, our students, and our staff all rose to the challenge of adjusting their lives to teach, learn, and work in ways new to pretty much all of us. The Hannon Library team exemplified our mission with strength and creativity throughout this process. Propelled by the spirit of the Magus, which is Jesuit code for a restless desire to do better. And they did this from day one of the COVID-19 crisis. Our library team supported our faculty and students with care and love. They innovated, they were committed to our students and faculty's success. They expanded research databases, ebooks, and streaming databases. They doubled as a postal service, providing ongoing access to the library's print collection via mail and also curbside pickup. They maintained our interconnectedness, sense of community, while upholding our diversity, equity, and inclusion commitments. I'll be forever grateful to our Hannon librarians and our Hannon staff for their focus, flexibility, and grace. Speaking of forever, innovation is a BFF for our library team. Through innovation in access, in creative programming, in collaboration with campus colleagues, Hannon Library is always a place where students feel welcomed, seen, and supported in an environment that meets their needs. Those are physical, emotional, and intellectual. All are met. And as a result, our faculty, students, and staff experience the library really as a hub for creative intellectual work, one that centers the voices and experiences of our entire community. The library team also embraces evidence-based practices and has built a culture of assessment that is based on outcomes of our work. Their programs, for example, give students space to explore all facets of students' personal growth, recognizing the essential needs that have to be met before true learning occurs. So we have events like the fall open house, good enough, but also feel good finals, long night against procrastination, and these help reduce library anxiety at key moments throughout the semester, and that gives students the bandwidth to focus their intellectual and creative pursuits. And the Open and Accessible Textbook Initiative aims to reduce textbook costs for students by helping LMU faculty identify and adopt high quality, accessible, and low or no cost materials. Of course, the Hannon Library is essential to LMU's endeavor to, as we say, create the world we want to live in. That's the phrase we are using now, and it very much exemplifies what we are doing. The library team collaborates, and they engage in interdisciplinary creations on all our campuses and across institutional boundaries to promote social justice, religious plurality, and marginalized voices. So they prioritize programming that is intentional, inclusive, and integrative with our historical legacy, if you will, Jesuit and Marymount traditions. Building upon the DEI efforts in the areas of instruction, programming, and collection building, the library team proactively reverses the continuing negative impact of misinformation, disinformation in civic life. Our Hannon heroes help students navigate the complexities of this information ecosystem about us, asking them to consider the voices present in information sources and to identify and seek out voices that may be missing. This act of questioning is critical for information literacy, and it is woven into the fabric of free speech, fabric of academic freedom, and the fabric of our LMU mission. And so I congratulate and thank tonight's honorees, the people who bring love, a lot of energy, creativity, and vigorous commitment to justice to the William H. Hannon Library, to our LMU community, and of course, beyond. So Dean Brancolini, thank you. Librarians, thank you. Staff, thank you for your life-changing contributions to LMU and to our wider society. Please stay safe, be well. Congratulations. Enjoy.
Thank you for that uplifting and thoughtful recognition of our work, President Snyder. Next, it's my honor to introduce Executive Vice President and Provost Thomas Poon.
Thank you, Jamie. I'm really delighted to be here today with my LMU colleagues and distinguished guests. to celebrate this incredible achievement of our William H. Hannon librarians and library staff. As President Snyder mentioned, their innovative and tireless work supporting the students and faculty of LMU is being recognized at the national level by the ACRL, aka Association of College and Research Libraries, with its Excellence in Academic Libraries Award. According to the association, the purpose of the award is to demonstrate how academic librarians and staff work together as a team to develop an academic library that is outstanding in furthering the educational mission of its parent institution. And under the leadership of Dean Chris Brancolini, our library has set the standard for university libraries around the country. Our individual librarians have been recognized nationally for their innovative work in the classroom, their contributions to diversity in libraries, and their leadership in the field. But this is to date the most notable honor our incredible library as a whole has obtained. And future applicants for this award will be looking at LMU to answer the question, what does it take to be the best library in the nation? And you might be wondering that yourself. And so I wanted to frame my remarks around the themes of excellence within the William H. Hannon Library that I think resonated with the association. So I'm not going to, and you know, I had the privilege of seeing our, I think it was a 51-page application for this award. I'm only going to share about 20 of those pages. So here we go. The first theme is that of teamwork and collaboration. And Hannon Library's integrative instruction model, the high-touch research support services, curation of deep and diverse collections, intentional co-curricular programming, and dedication to the library profession would not nearly be as successful were it not for the exceptional colleagues, collaborators, and professionals who bring library science to life on our campus. It starts with our leader, Dean Brancolini, who I have the pleasure of working with directly, who brings her collaborative spirit to our Council of Deans, and who is always seeking to further the university's mission through the support of academic excellence and the 6 colleges on the Westchester campus. Collaboration is evident in cutting-edge program offerings, such as the library's Faculty Liaison Representative Program, Faculty Pub Night, which I hear is now in its 2nd decade, the LMU Common Book Program, co-led with the Academic Resource Center, of course, and through the exhibitions of its special collections, which are often curated by LMU students and faculty. Excellence in collaboration is also evident in the library's participation in shared governance structures like the Faculty Library Committee, Faculty Senate, and recently in our Academic Affairs Implementation Group, which is dealing with issues of COVID-19. Another theme that we highlighted to the ACRL is that of the MAJIS, as President Snyder mentioned, and how the library goes above and beyond what might be expected. So as you know, this past year has been tough for all of us, but the library persevered in the face of difficult circumstances, actually increasing access to their services and collections, despite having to close the building. They expanded the number of research databases, and you know, President Snyder mentioned all of this, but it bears repeating, right? They expanded the number of ebooks and streaming videos available to LMU students and faculty from anywhere in the world. And they increased scanning services and created a mail delivery system for getting print books into the hands of students and faculty who needed them most. In building on the success of their 24/7 chat support, they launched a new virtual research consultation model. And just like our faculty, they continue to offer stellar instructional support via Zoom so that our students could continue to improve their information literacy skills and grow as digital citizens. Not only does the library seek to support our community's academic success through, for example, its library research awards for students, it also seeks to support our community's personal, social, and emotional success as well. Events like LMU Speaks, the library's annual storytelling program, and the Human Library program bring together faculty, students, and staff from across campus units to deepen the connections that make us all human. And one of the library's newest initiatives, which President Snyder touched upon, the LMU Open Alternative Textbook Initiative, elegantly combines the skills and expertise of our librarians with the strategic goals of our university. So through this program, the library is leading the conversation on campus about the impact of rising textbook costs. And they are working to promote the benefits of open educational resources for our campus community by offering grants to support faculty in reworking their curricula and building open educational resources into their courses. The potential savings for our students reaches into the hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next few years. Moreover, it encourages faculty to create new pedagogical tools that can be utilized by other instructors around the world, therefore shining a light back onto our own faculty and their intellectual work. As we launch into our next strategic plan, the library will be crucial in supporting our strategic commitments and spotlight initiatives. And there are few units on campus who are better equipped to engage our community in achieving each aspect of the plan. In closing, let me just say that there are few units on campus as well loved, respected, and appreciated as the William H. Hannon Library. I want to thank all of the staff and librarians for the outstanding work that you do, and I am honored to be here with you to celebrate your success. And I hope you will join me in expressing my deepest gratitude for their dedication, their creativity, and their willingness to use their skills to help LMU soar to new heights. And as President Snyder said, to create the world we want to live in. Thank you.
Thank you for your support, Provost Poon. I'm going to be finding it very hard not to be blushing on behalf of all of my colleagues, I think, as we go through all of these speakers. So now I'm delighted to welcome Associate Professor of History, Elizabeth Drummond.
Thanks, Jamie. My congratulations to Dean Chris Brancolini and all the wonderful librarians at William H. Hannon Library. This ACRL Excellence in Academic Libraries Award simply confirms what I have long told anyone and everyone who will listen. Our library is a phenomenal library that punches well above its weight class. I love all parts of the library, even the very slow cafe, but as a historian, I especially love archives and special collections. Most recently, it has provided me a home to do research when teaching responsibilities and COVID are keeping me far from my archives in Germany and Poland. My recent work with the Max Talman collection came about because of my teaching, as I first encountered this treasure trove of German expressionism through a class visit developed by Cynthia Becht. Because our library is a teaching library. It's not just a place to check out books or to find a cozy space to study or to listen to visiting speakers. It's a laboratory for young scholars, where in my classes, they gain training in how to do history. The object analysis exercises developed by Cynthia and her team teach students how to read artifacts, from texts to photographs to objects, how to engage the unfamiliar at first sight, first touch, and first smell. We've stopped short of first taste, at least thus far. They also learn how these first encounters with primary sources can lead to other sources and to new research questions. It's always a joy for me to see students experience their own joy of working with the actual thing and of puzzling their way through sources and questions, and sometimes out of an escape room. These are up close, in-person, and hands-on experiences. They are also collaborative experiences. even more so when our history students curate exhibitions using artifacts from archives and special collections. A student said to me last semester that she usually thinks of the library as a quiet space and that she enjoyed coming to know it through our visit as an active and vibrant space. And that's what our colleagues have created at the William H. Hannon Library, a place for us all to come together as a community, animated by curiosity and wonder, to produce and share knowledge. Congratulations to you all, well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Drummond. Next, I'm delighted to welcome the Director of the Academic Resource Center, Mia Watson.
Thanks, Jamie. To Dean Bronccolini, to my co-chair of the Common Book Program, Mr. John Jackson, and to all of the amazing and awesome library team. As President Snyder mentioned, the Hannon Heroes, I love that term, I will be using it. Congratulations to you all for this very well-deserved recognition. You know, even before I came to LMU, before I came in this role and stepped foot on the campus, my predecessor, Dr. L.T. Latanya Reese Miles, told me, "There's one thing you need to know. Don't forget this. The library is your friend." And I had no idea how true that statement was. It couldn't have been more true. As a professional, myself personally, my team at the center, our student staff have all truly benefited from the support and just the willingness to continually innovate and collaborate that the library has offered. It's been really, really fun. I can't tell you the amount of fun that our team at the ARC has had. Whenever it's an opportunity to collaborate with the library, our team is always willing and raring to go. You know, from events such as supporting our first-gen students by exhibiting their work and their stories and celebrating all of their wins in the library and providing that space, to collaborating with us on fun and memorable presentations, our orientation presentation. Who can forget LMU Sue? She is definitely a household name that will live in the hearts of so many. To our LibGuide, our virtual writing resource that even before everybody was forced in this last year to go online virtually, the library allowed us to provide virtual writing support to students. And over 3,000 students a month use this LibGuide. And it's been such a great place for students to get writing support. And in addition to all of this, the library is just always willing, if we have an idea in a way that we want to extend additional tutoring, they've always been opening their doors to allowing our tutors to come in. Our long night against procrastination, one of our favorite events of the year. The list goes on and on for all of the amazing ways that we have collaborated. I am truly grateful for this partnership. I think that it's really telling the spirit of collegiality, that culture that the library has, and the willingness to always say, well, let's try something new. How can we engage students in a way that meets them where they're at? That spirit reminds me and reminds so many of us why we're so proud to be Lions. So thank you, congratulations to you, and to many more years of partnership and innovation.
Thank you so much, Mia. I think as we can tell through the chat, the mutual appreciation for this partnership is really strong. Now we're going to share a brief message from ACRL President John Cawthorn.
Hi, my name is John Cawthorn, and I'm the current president of ACRL. I'm so happy to be with you virtually. Listen, this is an amazing accomplishment. Christine Braccolini, you and your team are setting an amazing example, leadership example for our noble profession. And just for those on campus who may not realize what a big deal this Academic Excellence Award is, this is our profession's highest award for a library. The Association of College and Research Libraries is made up of over 3,000 libraries and 10,000 members. Again, this is a big deal. And I'm so sorry that I could not be there with you in person, but I wanted to send you this virtual hug anyway. Congratulations.
Thanks, John. We wish you could have been with us in person as well, but the virtual hug is awesome. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce ACRL President-elect Julie Garrison.
Hello. Thank you for the introduction, Jamie. My name is Julie Garrison, and I'm Dean of Libraries at Western Michigan University, and I'm the current ACRL Vice President, President-elect. I'm so honored to share in this celebration of Hannon Library's amazing achievement with all of you today. I had the opportunity to visit your beautiful library when it first opened in 2010. I wish I had the opportunity to be there in person with you again today, to tour your space and witness the vibrancy and the impact described throughout your award application. Alas, conditions are such that we celebrate together virtually, and I'm here in Michigan and it's snowing. The purpose of the Excellence in Academic Libraries Award, sponsored by Gobi Library Solutions from EBSCO, supports 3 annual awards of $3,000 each by type of academic library: community college, college, and university. The award recognizes academic librarians and staff who work together as a team to develop academic libraries that are outstanding in furthering the educational missions of their institutions. This is a highly competitive and prestigious award, as John mentioned. Loyola Marymount University now joins an august group of past university category recipients, which includes the University of Maryland, Purdue University, Case Western Reserve University, and Virginia Commonwealth University, just to name a few. To achieve this recognition, an academic library needs to demonstrate excellence through one or more of the following: creativity and innovation in meeting the needs of their academic community, or leadership in developing and implementing exemplary programs that other libraries can emulate, or substantial and productive relationships with classroom faculty and students. The emphasis is on outcome rather than inputs as measures of quality. So it's not what you did, but the effect it had. In reading through your library's application for this award, I was continually inspired by your intentional and truly transformative work in all 3 of these award categories. Through the narrative of your 3 themes, encouragement of learning, education of the whole person, and service of faith and promotion of justice, you've created a powerful story of how you've enriched the student's experience, partnered with the community, and impacted the larger library profession. Librarians and staff at the Hannon Library have embraced a culture of nimbleness, responsiveness, and assessment. Your library programming is deliberate and yet organic, developing in new ways as opportunities arise and spanning collaborations with over 50 unique campus units each year to design programs that bridge the disciplines and co-create immersive, high-impact experiences for those who engage. This takes continual relationship building and sustained efforts, and I applaud you. From the Common Read to the Faculty Pub Night, to the Digital Watts Project, to the Escape Room, and through so many other programs I read about, I was struck again and again by the depth of your collaboration and the intentionality and thoughtful approaches that build connections and understanding between learning, the library's collections, and the larger societal issues. It is evident that the librarians and the staff of the Hannon Library consistently tie what they do back to the institution's mission and use this strong connection to mission to evaluate their success. Your librarians and staff clearly reflect the Jesuit value of magis, continually choosing the more in a way that helps all of us do better. Your reach and impact span beyond the university, with your community cultural engagement programming, such as your Jewish book club and discussion group, and more nationally in efforts to improve and transform the library's profession, with programs such as the Institute for Research, Design, and Librarianship, and the People of Color in Library and Information Science Summit. You are truly examples of excellence and an inspiration to the field of the academic librarianship. Reading your application, I found myself learning from you and your experience, and I know that other academic libraries will be inspired by reading your application as well. Congratulations to Dean Library Dean Christine Broncolini, and to all of the William H. Hannon Library staff and librarians for your incredible work and achievements throughout the years and on achieving this signal honor as an ACRL 2021 Excellence in Academic Libraries Award winner. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Julie. This recognition from ACRL truly, truly is an honor. Next up, let's welcome John Elliott, Vice President of Sales from US and Canada, Gobi Library Solutions from EBSCO.
Thanks, Jamie, and hello, everyone. I just want to first thank the ACRL for continuing to offer Gobi Library Solutions the opportunity to support and underwrite such a prestigious award. We've been doing so for a number of years, and as you can imagine, this is one of the highlights of my role that I get to attend these ceremonies. I recall the first time that I visited LMU was in December of 2004, and the reason that I remember it is really twofold. I had just started at Gobi as a brand new book rep, monograph vendor rep. And my very first training visit was to the campus of LMU and to the library in December of 24. And I remember immediately recognizing what a special place it was. In the intervening years, I've had the privilege, my team and I, of working closely with so many amazing people in the library before Hannon. And then since 2010, the new gorgeous Hannon Library has opened. And it's very gratifying today to play a real small part in recognizing that the library and LMU continues to be such a special place. So thanks again for allowing us to underwrite this award, and I offer your heartfelt congratulations from Gobi Library Solutions.
Thanks for your support, John. The partnership with EBSCO and Gobi is really important to us as well. Now we're going to turn over the camera to why we all do what we do. And we're going to hear from 3 LMU students who my colleagues and I at the library have the immense pleasure of working with as student assistants.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylee Tokumi, and I'm currently a junior at LMU. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak today. From the moment I joined the library team as a student assistant 2 years ago, I have never felt more welcomed. Being an out-of-state student can be kind of lonely, and I have no family anywhere near Los Angeles. Thankfully, the library has become my home away from home and given me the tools to succeed academically and socially. I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to attend so many library events that have challenged my view of the world. I've applied skills and information I've learned through the library to my daily schoolwork, which has helped me feel more confident in the classroom. Not only did such experiences help me gain a deeper connection to the library, but to the university as a whole. So once again, thank you. I'm incredibly grateful for every lesson I've learned, and it's been wonderful getting to connect with so many of you. I can think of no library better than ours, and I wish everyone only the best.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vettel. I'm a junior, and I would like to start by acknowledging that some of the best people I have had the privilege of knowing, collaborating with, and being supervised by, who have never failed to make me feel listened to, are here today among the many, many Zoom screens. I am so incredibly proud of the work being done at William H. Hannon Library and for having the opportunity to play a role in its success as a student worker. When I was presented with the opportunity to say a short piece in recognition and celebration of the work so many familiar faces have contributed to, I was terrified because I felt like no words could capture, and I'm an English major. For 3 years, the span of my enrollment at Loyola Marymount University, Hannon has become not only an anchor through the long night study sessions, but a second home. And even now, through the ambiguity of current events, Hannon is my happy place, as cliche as it sounds. While on the topic of cliche, it is truly the hearts of the faculty and staff who unequivocally make Hannon happen in a space dedicated to promoting LMU's mission to provide a holistic education and experience. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Carmen Venegas and I'm a senior at LMU, and I've been working at the library since October of 2019. Being a part of the library team as a student assistant has been a tremendous experience. Not only do I constantly feel supported as a student navigating the widespread resources that the library has to offer, but as a senior preparing to graduate and go into the real world, it has been extremely validating to have my ideas and opinions be so valued and appreciated by my supervisors and the librarians that I've had the privilege of working with. Whether it's through the university archives and special collections that help me to have a greater appreciation of the Lion legacy, or through the beautiful LMU Speak series that highlights lived experiences and builds community through shared humanity, I've always admired the sense of place and belonging that the William H. Hannon Library promotes. Thank you so much, and congratulations to everyone at the LMU Library for providing a space for authentic collaboration, discourse, and advocacy that constantly makes me proud to be a Lion.
Kaylee, Vero, and Carmen, we're so grateful for your reflections, and we really cannot do what we do without the three of you and all of your student worker colleagues. It's not an understatement to say we cannot do it. I'd like to introduce an alumna of LMU now, joining us from Oxford, England, Courtney Harshbarger.
Hi, everyone. I graduated from LMU in 2019, and now I'm a master's student at the University of Oxford studying medieval literature. So I have to work with books basically every day of my life. And when I first arrived in Oxford back in September, I was surprised to find that out of everyone in my program, I had the most hands-on experience with medieval manuscripts by far. And that is 100% because of the Hannon Library. Even from my very first year at LMU, I was in and out of the library all the time, not only getting study rooms with friends, but also so many of my classes held 1 or 2 sessions in the library, whether it was looking at manuscripts in an English or art history class or learning about digital humanities. And the library staff were always incredibly helpful, from the most basic level, like finding a book, to much more complex questions about finding resources for a research project. But what I love most is how dedicated the Hannon Library is to making resources accessible to students and alumni. I remember being so surprised to find out that I could just email special collections and go look at any manuscript I wanted. And that really encouraged my burgeoning interest in medieval literature. And as I spent more and more time looking at manuscripts, I got to know the wonderful head of special collections, Cynthia Becht, who then let me come back after I graduated to volunteer on a project that involved uploading information about really old printed books to an online database. And while doing research for that, I got to virtually meet professors from around the world, including one at Oxford who I'm now still collaborating with. And Cynthia and I also went out to Santa Monica to visit a rare book dealer, and I got to be present for the process of acquiring a new manuscript for the collections. And I just gained so much wonderful experience at the library, both during and post-graduation. And honestly, there's no library more deserving of this award, obviously, because we won it. And I'm so grateful to know that I'm still welcome back even years after graduating. And I even have a list of manuscripts that I want to go look at when I'm back in the country, and it's safe to do so. Because at the William H. Hannon Library, once you're a Lion, you're always a Lion. Thanks and congratulations.
Thanks so much, Courtney. We really do hope that the LMU Library continues to be a home for all of our alumni, and we can't wait to see what you do on your academic journey continuing. The last, but certainly not least, it's time to hear from our leader and colleague, Christine Brancolini, Dean of the Library.
Good morning, everyone. It's been quite an event so far. With Jamie, yes, we're all blushing. We're all thrilled to be with you today, and we're definitely excited to be accepting the ACRL Excellence in Academic Libraries Award. Before we start, John, will you show the actual object that we received? It's utterly beautiful, but I couldn't really show it with a virtual background because it is so clear. There it is. That is our beautiful statue. I love it. And it's against LMU red, I think. It's a shade in my son's bedroom, but I think it worked. So again, thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate the William H. Hannon Library receiving this ACRL Excellence in Academic Libraries Award. I do want to begin by thanking the ACRL for this honor and Gobi and EBSCO as corporate sponsors of the award. I extend a special thanks to ACRL President John Cawthorn, President-elect Julie Garrison, and to the award selection committee chaired by Lauren Presley. I also want to recognize John Jackson and Catherine Ryan, who were the editors and producers of our 75-page full-color application, which was quite a feat to pull off, especially in the middle of a pandemic. The ACRL Award recognizes a library's success in supporting the mission of the university, and you've been hearing about the many ways in which we have done that. Our application was built around the library's focus on our multifaceted mission, describing not only what we have accomplished, but how we have approached our work. The library, as you have heard, is not a single entity. It is comprised of many components: our building, our physical and electronic collections, our research and instructional services, our public and community programs, and most important, our librarians, our staff, and our student staff who bring all of these elements together. The ACRL Award is the culmination of more than a decade of thinking, planning, and taking action, building upon the accomplishments of previous staff and looking for new ways to impact the academic success of students, the teaching and research success of faculty, and building a community for everyone at LMU. We are committed to making a difference beyond the bluff as well, contributing service and scholarship to the profession of academic librarianship. Our application for the ACRL Award looked back on the past 11 years and described the ways in which we align our work to support the mission of Loyola Marymount University, but it also looks forward to new work ahead. The catalyst for change within the library was the opening of the William H. Hannon Library in 2009. As the building was under construction, we challenged ourselves to think creatively about our vision for the future and how we would pursue making this vision a reality. We knew that investing in professional development for staff at all levels would be important to creating change. We committed ourselves to staff engagement and to providing our student employees with both unique work experiences and the opportunity to become library super users. We dedicated ourselves to evidence-based practice and assessing the outcomes and impact of our work. Our librarians became experts in the delivery and assessment of effective information literacy instruction in support of learning at all levels. As a result of these efforts, LMU librarians created the award-winning Project Cora, an online open access repository of tried and tested library research assignments contributed by librarians and faculty around the world. We also increased our participation in regional and national service to the profession. We became more active contributors to scholarship and innovation in library and information science in all areas of librarianship. In order to improve the research skills of academic librarians at LMU and across the country, we created a high-impact continuing education program for novice researchers, the Institute for Research Design and Librarianship. This program helped create a nationwide virtual community of academic librarian researchers. But there is also need for other kinds of community. In response to the need for safe spaces for people of color who work in libraries to discuss important issues and network with one another, librarians at LMU created a regional summit called People of Color in Library and Information Science, or POC and LIS. It met for the first time in 2018 and was scheduled again for 2020. We had to cancel that in-person event, but it will be back as a virtual conference in July of 2021. These are just some of the ways we seek to have an impact within the university, within the community, and in our profession. Decades of technological innovations and campus collaboration prepared us well for the challenges of the events of 2020, including the COVID-19 pandemic and responses to the Black Lives Matter protests at LMU and around the country. Despite closing our doors to users last March, we continue to provide instruction, reference, and access to collections, electronic and physical. The campus was closed, but the library was open. Most of us were working from home, but many of us were in the library. We also increased the depth to which we were archiving the university's website in recognition that the story of 2020 will be told through web pages and electronic documents, not paper. As part of the university's anti-racism project, we created a DEI task force to examine past initiatives and actions in the library and recommend changes and activities for the future. We will ask ourselves hard questions and find ways to do better, working with our campus partners and within our departments. In recent years, we have increased our efforts in many areas, including improving open access to informational resources, working with faculty on creative approaches to engage learning and teaching, honing our skills in support of the flipped classroom, and developing more student-centered programming. Change is a constant. Librarians and libraries are continuously reinventing themselves. We will never stop asking and answering these questions. How can we, the leaders and stewards of the William H. Hannon Library, more creatively, more effectively, and more equitably support the students, faculty, and staff of Loyola Marymount University? And how can we create the world we want to live in? There are many individuals who have contributed to our recent success, but I want to recognize a few of them by name. Thank you, President Snyder, for continuing to center the library as the intellectual and cultural hub of our campus. Thank you to Provost Tom Poon for supporting library strategic initiatives like our open and affordable textbook initiative designed to reduce the cost of textbooks for our students. There are a few special friends here today, including Kathy Aikenhead from the William H. Hannon Foundation, Richard Morris, and Rex Parker. From me to you, thank you for helping us make our dreams a reality, for believing in our work, and for supporting us through your generous contributions. To our faculty colleagues, thank you for working alongside us as we continue to bolster student academic success. To our staff colleagues, thank you for collaborating with us on innovative programming and student outreach. And to our students, thank you for letting us be part of your academic journey. Everything we do is to help you become the best versions of yourself. Your success is our success. I also want to give a special shout out to former LMU President, Father Robert Lawton, without whose vision there would be no William H. Hannon Library. In the early 2000s, he made a new library building for LMU his top priority for the current capital campaign. His laser focus made Hannon Library a reality, and his leadership has left an everlasting mark on our history. There are others I have not mentioned, and for that, I hope you will forgive me, for I do want to be considerate of your time. The 5 laws of library science, first developed in 1931, tell us that the library is a growing organism. Like many living things, we operate symbiotically, working in tandem with hundreds of others in our campus community. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of that growth and development. We look forward to seeing all of you in real life back at the William H. Hannon Library. Sometime in the not too distant future, I see a party in the Vonderoff family suite, or maybe on Lawton Plaza, and you are all there. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you, Dean Brancolini, for everything you've done to empower us and advocate for us to get here. I can't wait to see what all of us can do next together. So that brings us to the end of our program. Once again, thanks to all of our speakers who shared their experience with the library today, and our colleagues at LMU and beyond who provided letters of support to bolster our application for this recognition, and to everyone collaborating and participating with us from wherever you are. We can't do what we do without you, and you make this work truly a pleasure. So now, what you've all been waiting for, we have custom designed a bookmark that we would like to send to each of you that looks like this. And so as soon as you log out, you'll receive a link to a brief post-event feedback form. So if you fill that out, you'll be prompted to share your address with us so we can get this in the mail for you. So thanks again. And on behalf of all of us at the William H. Hannon Library, we really can't wait to be with you in person again. Stay safe and take care.